It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the whole goddamn family was drunk as a louse. With my mother in the whorehouse and my dad in jail, I said, fuck this shit. I sat down and had a glass of cold Yale. When out on the yard, I hear such a clatter. I get off my sister to see what the matter. And what to my stone-out eyes should appear but a shitty old sled and 8 fucking reindeer. With a shitty old man who was beating his dick, I knew at that moment it gotta be St. Nick. He flew across the yard, up the house. He cried to the deer, onward, you fucking bastards, off with your balls. Then down the chimney he came like a bat out of hell. I knew at that moment the fat fucker fell. He filled all the stockings with drugs and beer and a big rubber dick for my brother who's queer. And up again he went with a fart. That son of a bitch blew my fucking chimney apart. And I hear him say, as he flew out of sight, piss on y'all, it's been a great fucking night.
And our special guest is Bob Golub, and he's basically, you're an angry guy, Bob. Well,
I don't think that's really true. Why you got to say something like that?
No,
you got to say that like all of a sudden I'm angry, like I'm not a nice guy or something.
No,
that's all right. That's all right.
This guy's a loose cannon.
Okay, this is how it worked back then. Two guys, the guys being Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci, calmly went away in the truck. The driver goes into the diner, and it's a different time, and says to the guy behind the counter, you got a phone? Come on, you got a phone? The guy goes, yeah. He goes, can you believe this? 2 N-words just stole my truck.
Right.
Okay, the movie is good, fellas.
Hey, let me tell you something. I got the character. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the whole thing here.
The Polish MadMan.
The great Bob Golub.
Bob Golub's got one of the greatest stories I've ever heard. One of the greatest stories I've ever heard in show business.
I was a pretty big drug dealer. I sold a lot of drugs. I sold a lot of pot. So I go in. I think this is my one shot. I got a 9mm pistol. It's loaded. I got 2,000 cash. I got the pinky ring. I got the jacket on, the hair slicked back.
Yeah.
And I got handcuffs. That's right, the Polish Madman. Hey folks, how you doing? This is Bob Golub, MadMan with Bob Golub. I'm thinking about changing that name. Yeah, I'm mad, I'm a man, but I don't know, MadMan with Bob Golub. Look, you know, it's Christmas. You know, I'm working on a cruise, and I have 3 kids. 17, kid about to turn 14, and a girl who just turned 9. And, it's a little tough, but, they got it fucking made, if you really want to know the truth. I mean, I grew up one of 8 kids, so there was 10 of our family, and so Christmas was a great time because my father was a roofer, and so winter times were tough. But he did this little trick where when he would do a roof, and then he would say to them, "All right, don't pay me now, just pay me in the winter months." And he would charge a little extra, but they didn't have to pay then. And so he had some money coming in. He figured out how to raise 10 people. And drink and kick the shit out of us all at the same time. It was weird. I think the more kids my dad had, the more he drank, and But we had a crazy fucking family. I'll give you an example. Everybody would we would open our gifts on Christmas Eve, and so. A lot of people opened their gifts on Christmas. Ours was like Christmas Eve and shit, but like it was a fun time. It was really weird because there's visual images as kids. Everyone's sitting around the table, smoking. You see smoke everywhere and drinks and I do remember there was a thing called Christmas liquor. I don't know if you knew what that meant. Is my father where I grew up in Pennsylvania, a small town in Pennsylvania, that you would save up your liquor, save up liquor for Christmas. And so we would we'd go. I remember my dad would have like these bottles of I don't remember the exact liquor now, but we would go in. It was whiskey. And we would go in and put some water in it and drink it. So. Just you had to do it right, just enough that he wouldn't notice. Now, obviously, it was opened already, so we wouldn't break a seal, but there was a little bit. My dad never drank at home. He always drank outside, but he drank at home for the holidays. He'd have a beer or something when we were watching a football game or a baseball game, but not really drank at home. He would get drunk outside the house, but during the holidays, everybody would drink heavy. So we would drink a little bit and then put water back in the thing. And I'm telling you, it was just a perfect level of knowing exactly how much to put in. And I found out and I learned that from getting my fucking ass kicked. Someone, who the fuck was in my whiskey? I don't know. Well, it don't taste like fucking whiskey. It seems like it tasted like it's watered down. And, for a guy who's a drinker would know that. But when he's drinking and he's drunk, he won't know the difference. So I got caught doing that one time and took a beating for that. But, so what we used to do, even as a kid, because my father was a boxer, I boxed. My brother Donnie beat a guy named Harry Aurora out of Youngstown, Ohio, who went on and won the world championship. So, and then my younger brother fought. Basically, everybody in my family boxed, even my sisters. My sister one time, I was doing a gig. I don't know if I ever talked about this, but in Akron, Canton, Ohio, which was in a comedy club called Akron Canton Comedy Club. And the weird thing about that is that my name is Bob Golub, Golub, and there's a guy named Bob Golic, Golic, who's a football player who played for the Cleveland Browns. And when they were announcing my name on the radio and stuff, everyone kept thinking it was Bob Golic that was performing. We sold the fucking place out. It was amazing. This guy goes, man, we got a problem. And he said, what? He said, well, everyone thinks you're fucking Bob Golic. I go, well, is it the room we sold out? They go, fucking sold out. I said, great. So I'm Bob Golub, but they think I'm Bob Golic. If they want their money back, fucking tell them. But no one left. Anyway, so my sister, I have two sisters that are hard of hearing in both ears. That's why I created and developed this stand-up comedy show for the deaf and hard of hearing. I raised millions of dollars, and we had everybody on those shows. I know I'm digressing, but I did that for years. And I'm talking about anyone from like Chris Rock to Robert Klein to Robert Wall to Bill Maher. Everybody. There was everybody that was anyone did the show. So Bud Friedman used to host it. Anyways, I'll talk about that all the time. It was very painful. They took that show from me. My show I created for my sisters. Anyways, so my sister was hard of hearing, and this girl was heckling me. She was drunk, obviously, and just heckling me. And so in the bathroom, my sister had confronted her and said, listen, in the bathroom, she goes, look, you were yelling stuff out at the comics. She didn't tell him I was her brother. And, I'm hard of hearing, and, I couldn't hear, him while you were, saying stuff behind me. And she says, I don't give a shit. Go fuck yourself. So my sister hit her. And, so it's the end of the show. It was at the end of the show when this happened. So my sister comes out and I go, what's going on? She goes, Bobby, Jesus Christ. I go, what? She goes, this girl's knocked out in the bathroom. I go, what happened? She goes, she called me a fucking bitch and I just caught her. I go, what do you mean you just caught her? I just hit her with a straight right and she went down. I said, oh, fuck, Cindy, this is my first gig here, man. All right, well, just go with your friends, get the fuck out of here. I go in the bathroom, and this girl was waking up a little bit, and she had fucking blood, and she was fucking hot she was fucking hot too, man. And she had blood, like, coming out of her nose, and I said, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, I'm okay. So what happened? She goes, I don't know. Oh, by the way, my sister did tell me that she caught her and her head kind of hit the wall too. So it was just like kind of a right bang, it was like a two combination. Her hitting her and then her hitting the head. I go in, I'm telling you, I would have fucked her right there on the floor. She was that fucking hot. Blood and everything, it wouldn't bother me. She could have been fucking on the period, blood out of her nose, coming out of her vagina. I still would have fucked her. Well, blood don't come out of your vagina, but you know what I mean. Well, it does, right? What the fuck? I don't know. But, so we all fought. And so Christmas time, when we were kids, we used to get boxing gloves. And then we'd go in the hallway and box. And this was when we were 7 or 8 years old. And that's what we did. And all the uncles would get around there smoking and drinking. And, come on, Bobby. Hit Donnie, which is my brother, Donnie. And Donnie would, and that's how I grew up, and so fast forward to our Christmas times. I was always gone. I left my hometown of Pennsylvania, and then so I'd come back always for Christmas. I loved the time of year, and I would always give everyone gifts. I didn't want anything, and that used to piss people off. I don't know. Just take it from me. Don't worry about it, because I was single. I was making money. I was on the road. Just I'd take care of my mother, and it was just toward the end when my mother and father got divorced. Then we'd always go to my dad's house, then go to my mom's house. But the big party was at my dad's house. So I never would give gifts. I never won anything. Never. I just wanted a celebration of giving people gifts and just seeing them be happy. I had money, but what happened was my sister Barbara. Just so you know, there's 8 in my family. Donnie, Cindy, Bobby, which is me, Barb, Ricky, Randy, Donna, and Gary. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so eventually my sister Barb says to me, Bobby, that joy you get when you give people gifts. Well, we want that joy also to give you gifts. I said, all right, bring it on, man. So they start buying gifts from me and my family, But some home one Christmas, and I have this on tape. I could actually, if we could ever figure some way of getting this up, you can see this stuff. It's amazing. This is real raw footage. I used to shoot my family. I mean, excuse me. If you're on radio, they have a cough button. But, this is fucking live. I'm on a freaking cruise right now, so I'd come home, we're partying and having a good time, and we do a thing called slap box, and you get into your slap box, and all my brothers, I told you, were just brute type, kind of tough guys, but I'm there. It was one Christmas, and my brother Randy, he goes, we're talking, and, he got a cigarette in his mouth and was slap boxing. And, I don't like doing that, because what happens every so often, it always turns into more than what it's supposed to be. And I swear to God, I got to show you got to see this video somehow. There's a shot where I wasn't obviously shooting the camera, but I would have someone holding the camera. But most of the time I would shoot my family. And, so he said, come on, man, come on, bitch, come on, motherfucker, and there's, picture this, now there's like a Christmas tree, and there's all these kids opening gifts, and the Christmas tree was off the room by the kitchen, and so we're, and I go, so we start slap boxing. I said, "Guy Randy, don't fuck around now, because it's gonna, no, come on, bitch," and we're like, tapping each other, and I come around and I caught him. And I mean, like it was just one of those solid slaps right to the side of his face, and he's like, "Hey, motherfucker!" And he starts like wanting to, punch me, and I'm on the ground cracking up because it was a fucking great shot. I mean, I just caught him. It was a smack in the face, not a punch. He wants to like, "You call him motherfucker," and I'm on the ground. I'm going, "What, man? What's going on, man?" And he said, "Come on, Randy, come on, it's Christmas." And I was, fuck you, you're a fucking asshole. Now he got mad because I told you I slapped him. I caught him, and. If you look at the shot, if you're physically watching this, you can see when we're doing it, and then I catch him, and there's no cigarette in his mouth, and I'm like on the ground, because I kind of went down laughing on the ground floor, and he's fucking pissed. He wants to punch me, and everyone, "Oh, come on, it's Chris." No, fuck that, fuck him. He's a fucking asshole. I told you I didn't want to do fucking slap box. And so everyone's, "Oh, come on, it's Christmas. Why? What do you got to do this for? What the fuck? No, fuck him." And I said, "Come on, Randy, come on, let's forget this. No, fuck you, man." And he gets his wife, and they leave the house. And there's a shot of him. Everyone go, "Come on, Randy, stay. What's wrong with you?" No, fuck him. And I have a shot of him leaving the door. "Randy, come on, man. Come on, Randy, come on. It's Christmas. Come on. Fuck you." And he closes the door. He fucking leaves. So, excuse me. So that's kind of how I grew up. Some of our Christmas, there was always fights somewhere. My brother Gary, who's a crack addict, he's been crack addict for the last 25 years, basically, at least 20 years. He's been in and out of prison so many times he retired his fucking number. They got a flag hanging from the ceiling with his fucking number, but he, you could always know that he would come get his gifts with the kids, because I got this all on tape. I've been taping my family for years, and they would go, and then they would leave, and when they didn't show up, that means he was doing crack. But he would always leave. I had it down. We'd know they'd come get the gifts, and they were gone, and then they'd go out and smoke fucking crack, Or if he didn't show up, he was already smoking crack. So I just told my dad we might as well just get him crack for fucking Christmas, because the money we give him, or whatever gifts he's going to fucking sell and, buy crack anyways. But that was how I grew up, and that was my Christmas. That was one of our, that was every fucking Christmas there was a fight. And a lot of the time I was just arguing, punching in the arm, fuck you, and here's the amazing thing about this story, is when me and my brother Randy, got into this little confrontation, which is, again, I just slapped, it was a slap box turned into right in the face. The amazing thing about this is when you say fuck you, and I go down on the ground because I'm laughing so hard and I don't want to really hit me, because I don't want to make it get real bloody and bloody fucking fight on Christmas. The kids did not stop opening their gifts. Now listen to what I'm saying. Here we are about ready to fist fight. Really fist fight, and the kids, my nephews and nieces, did not stop opening their gifts. So basically, they're so used to this that they actually, as we were arguing, I'm telling them, "Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you that way." One of my nephews, and I got this on tape, comes up and wants to open one of his gifts, or help him with it, help him open up, and I'm like, his name's Christopher. He's married now and with kids of his own. He's like, fuck. In my family now is like, now me having 3 kids now is totally like, we do it on Christmas Day because that's what my wife wants to do. She's from New Orleans, Nolans, and so we are just very calm, very subtle, very happy. These fucking kids got it made. They have fucking no idea. They get like $500 signed baseball from Kershaw. Just amazing gifts. Our stuff was pretty simple. We didn't have much money, but it's fine. So it's totally different now. But I'm not going to be able to celebrate Christmas with them because I'm out here 2 days before Christmas. And I'm going to be celebrating with Jewish people, which is great. Mexicans, just a mixture of Chinese. It's just an unbelievable mixture of people that I'm cruising with, and doing these shows. So we had kind of, we would call it a pre-Christmas Sunday before I left. The Sunday before Christmas I left, and that was kind of our little Christmas, type thing. But it's just so different, so subtle. One time, my dad and mother got in a fight, and my mother actually cold-cocked. That's a terminology people use, cold-cocked, and hit my dad and knocked him into the fucking tree. I forgot about that. Holy shit. All the bulbs are down. The tree's down. My dad's laying in the tree. Bulbs are like on his chest. One like bulb is on his head. I don't have that on videotape. I don't have that one, but I'll never forget it. And he goes, "What the fuck's wrong with you, Eleanor?" That was my mother's name. My dad's name was Dodo. His nickname Dodo, D-O-D-O. That's, if you Google, you'll see Dodo, my one-man show in my documentary. But I'll never forget it. He goes, "What the fuck?" She goes, because they were arguing, and he pushed her. They used to fight, and he pushed her, and she just hit him, and again caught him. He went into the tree came down, and I'll never forget, there's that one fucking bulb. There used to be those thick bulbs, and it was on his fucking head, on his forehead, and he's laying in a fucking tree. He goes, "Eleanor, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? She goes, don't fucking push me." And he goes, and then right when she said that, all the bulbs went out, because if one bulb goes bad, they all go out. Those fucking Chinese piece of shit fucking things that they make, one bulb goes out, they go. So he goes, "What the fuck? I gotta go put the tree back up now." He's laying there while he's thinking, we gotta get the tree back up, and the bulbs, now I gotta go get fucking new bulbs. So, Merry Christmas, people. I hope yours is a little different than the way I grew up. Mine is now. It's a bullshit thing anyways. I mean, by the way, Santa Claus doesn't get, there's a new rule in my house, okay? Santa Claus doesn't get gifts. There was a new rule when I grew up. We finally figured out who Santa Claus was, but what I did was is Santa Claus did not get, for my kids, credit for bikes and for the baseballs and the signed autographs and the iPods, the i6 phones, all that bullshit. No, I got credit for that. Fuck Santa Claus. He ain't getting credit for that. He gets credit for tube socks and underwear, or a t-shirt or something. He ain't getting credit for the fucking good gifts. I think that's bullshit. Of course, I live in California, so we had to have milk and cookies, and he might have been lactose intolerant, so because we put rice milk out. So my daughter thought that was cute. She wanted to put rice milk out for Santa because she thought he was too fat. I thought, see, that's cute. Hey, there's one thing I forgot to mention. I had to tell. I told you I have 3 kids: Payton, Parker, Piper. And I remember I had to tell Payton, my oldest son, that there wasn't a Santa. Now, my wife gave me that duty. She always gets all good shit, the kid's happy. I got to tell him there's not a Santa. So I have a guest house, and we take him to the back. I take him to the back. And the whore that I am, I figured I'm going to videotape it. But what happened was he thought I was interviewing him about, he was trying to shoot this little movie, I think he was, he was 14. No, he wasn't 14. He was like, I can't remember, 8 or 9 or whatever. He was doing this little movie he was shooting with his friends, And so he thought I was interviewing him about that. I had the camera on, And I said, well, Payton, because, it's the first kid. He's really, your first kid, you always protect him. You put him with armor around him. He can't, anyone that has kids know that first kid gets treated with kid gloves, and then after your third kid, Piper's eating raw dirt. Yeah, is there any rocks in it? No, all right, fuck it then. She's fine. But we never put Payton down, so I had to tell him. And I will tell you, honest to God, when I said to him, there's Payton, that's why I didn't bring you out here to interview about the little film you're doing. I want to tell you that there's not a Santa Claus. And he's like, well, what does that mean? You're joking, right? I said, so no, there's not. I just wanted to let you know. I want to just let you know, if we wouldn't hear at school, that there's not a Santa Claus. And the look in his face, like, he's already white, but he went like whiter. And he goes, well, they can't we sue them? I said, who's going to fucking sue, Payton? I mean, it's not, there's no Santa Claus. I mean, well, we could sue them. They advertise that on TV and all that stuff, right? I go, no, we can't. And the whore that I was going to put it on YouTube, because I figured, fuck it, man. Kid finds out the first time there's not a Santa. And the look on his face was priceless. But I didn't do it. I did, and I took it down, I'll be honest with you. Because somehow I think he was 8 or 9. I think I don't remember, maybe 9. If his friends would have found out, or somehow if they'd have seen that, he'd have been embarrassed, and I just didn't want to do that. I wouldn't hurt him that way. But I still have it on tape. I still got that. I'm not going to fucking get rid of that. I mean, but honestly, is there like Santa? Is there like Santa like a god? I mean, if you think about it, like, there's this mythical character that we tell our kids it's in the sled that comes on your roof and comes down the chimney. What if you don't have a chimney? What if you live in a fucking apartment? So what I'm saying is, like, can you compare that almost to, is there a God? I mean, how do you find out when you wake up one day, if you're religious, go, oh my God, I just found out there's not a God, or there's not a Jesus. I mean, it's almost the same thing. It's about something you can't see, but the thing is, it's actually more believable because you actually can physically see Santa. But as far as little elves, it's the only. Hey, look, the way I look, there's a good thing about Christmas. Midgets get to work. Midgets get to work, at least. Every Christmas, you'll see the midgets and the elves. Some fucking midget goes, I got my gig. I got a commercial. I'm going to do a commercial. What do you play? I play a fucking elf. What else? What the fuck else I got to do? I got to talk to a midget about that. I know some midget actors, and, they work. There's a couple that work steady, but then there's, it's a fucking Christmas, every Christmas, and that's it. They got a day job, and they got to play a fucking elf. They got to suck cock. Every Christmas, your agent calls you. Yeah, they're looking for an elf. All right, I'll be there. In fact, my daughter said to me last year, I'll end with this. She still thinks she's not. This will be the last year, which is kind of sad. I won't be there. This will be the last year she'll know about Santa, because we're going to have to tell her, because you want to tell your kids, you don't want them to find out in school and they come back. I think she knows. She's very smart. I think she knows, but she's not saying it, But anyways, so she said last year she's opened a gift. She goes, Dad, Santa wraps gifts as bad as you. And I thought that was so fucking funny, man, that she said that, So, hey, folks, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck you guys call it, and I'll talk to you later. Happy holidays from me, MadMan Bob Golub, and Leone Digital Broadcast Network. Now, hey, go sucker punch your brother. Fuck him. He deserves it. By the way, I hope you all have a good holiday. Merry Christmas to you. The fuck piss off the atheist. Merry Christmas, all right? But while you're enjoying your beautiful holiday, and I hope you have a great one, sitting around a fire, maybe opening gifts with the kids, Nat King Cole playing in the background. I'll be out telling fucking jokes, working Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So I hope you guys have a good holiday, all right? Go fuck yourselves.